They might as well call it Snow White and the Seven Reshoots. This thing is never going to finish. They continue on, folks. It's a disaster behind the scenes. Rachel Zegler, Gal Gadot, they don't know when to just be quiet about it. Don't tell folks that you're reshooting it again. Good Lord, this movie's going to cost like triple what it should. We're here to tell you just how much Disney stands to lose, and oh, by the way, it might wipe out all the profits they make off of Inside Out 2. Hello, folks. How do you do? Welcome back to the Pro Channel, where we explain entertainment, keep you ahead of the culture curve, and by golly, we have a good time as we do so. Folks, as we get ready to dive in today, consider clicking the like button. And we want to thank you, folks. We know your time is precious, and we like to treat it preciously. We always try to make sure that we lift you up with the kind of content that we provide. Sometimes it's not always positive, but we try to put the most positive, happy smile on our face as we deliver it. Folks, we are the silver lining on Disney's little gray rain cloud. All right, let's talk about Snow White and the Seven Reshoots. Dirty hippies. Never mind. CGI monstrosities. Folks, it's time for a panel. Here we go.
Ooh.
This is out of thatparkplace.com. Again, folks, if you've not yet bookmarked the website, make sure you do so. This is by John Trent, the editor extraordinaire over there. Gal Gadot appears to confirm rumors of new Snow White reshoots after film was reportedly testing poorly and a mess. Show of hands here on the panel. Anybody surprised this was testing poorly and a mess? Anybody? I'll tell you one thing. This is going to be a mess to their ledgers. This is going to zap all that Inside Out 2 profit in one fell swoop. Here's what we got.
Wow.
Actress Gal Gadot, who is slated to play the evil queen. Wait a minute. What a bigoted kind of stance, Disney. You didn't cast the guy who's over there in Disney World? You should have. I have never been so disappointed in all my life, Disney. In Disney's upcoming live-action remake of Snow White appeared to confirm rumors that the film is doing even more reshoots. Gadot posted to her Instagram stories a photo of an actor's chair labeled Evil Queen. Gadot also captioned the post, "Feels good to be back." Well, how many times can you come back?
Oh.
How many times? We'll leave this on the screen for just a minute. Why would you post this? Do you not know what this will mean to the people who actually study this thing? Oh my gosh. The image appears to confirm. Go ahead, Jonas. Go ahead.
That reminds me of when she posted to Twitter about how much she loves using her Samsung phone, and that little tag on the bottom that is now deleted that just says "Sent from Earth" on it. For hers, it said "Sent from iPhone." And MKBHD called her out for posting her Samsung, her endorsement of Samsung. It was a paid advertisement for Samsung as well from her iPhone.
Good grief.
Oh.
The image appears to confirm rumblings that the film would return for reshoots. How long ago did we already confirm this, guys? This is amazing to me. We're
months ago.
We
were
quite a while.
Yeah.
The rumor about the poor test screenings of the film being a mess came in the wake of another rumor from Scooper Daniel RPK alleging that the film was being praised and that movie was doing something different with the poison apple. Pause, and I tell you. Cosmic Marvel reported on the scoop from Daniel RPK, writing on X, Disney Snow White is reportedly doing something different with the poison apple. That's because the Acolyte stole it and put it in that green goo container that off the Jedi through self-deletion. Yeah, sorry, we're limited on these poison apples over here at Disney. Either Bob Iger eats them or Kathleen Kennedy bathes in them or we hand them over to the Acolyte. The film's also being praised for being great. Oh, boy. Well, I'm sure it will be. It'll be just so great. Here's the thing to talk about, though, panel. And you all correct me. If you've got another angle you want to take on it. But listen, what's the budget for this thing? They've reshot this twice now. This is 3 movies. I am literally being honest when I say that this film has the potential to wipe out every bit of the profits Inside Out 2 makes. Every bit of it could be wiped out by Zegler and crew. Thoughts?
Agreed.
This movie is like a hot mess, and not in a good way, like when the original hand-drawn Snow White and all of the drama that finally got that out. This is going to blow up on impact. And it just stuns me that rather than cut their losses and just say, okay, you know what, we screwed up. This thing is not going to see the light of day. We're not going to spend any more money on it. No, they just keep pouring more money and more money into this because yet again, Disney doesn't want to admit they made a mistake on this one, a huge mistake on this one. No one asked for this. I love the original Snow White. I didn't ask for a live action film. And I'll tell you another thing that really bothers me, this whole thing about them doing something different with the poison apple. That concerns me greatly. Because if you remember from the hand-drawn cartoon with the poison apple and, and the evil queen changing her appearance and, dwarves telling her, don't open a door for strangers. That whole significance of the poison apple is huge in the story. So that makes me very concerned when she says that. I'm waiting for them to screw something up with that and make it into some kind of feminist empowerment moment.
Okay, so let's think about that for a minute. What could they possibly be doing? I mean, they have tossed away people with actual dwarfism who need jobs in order to have. At first, they were going to do dirty hippies. Then the dirty hippie photo leaked, and they got nervous. So then they went to CGI dwarfs. We had Rachel Zegler talking about how the prince is a stalker. Apparently, they're going to tone that down. Now we're going with in effort number 3, strike number 3. We're going to change the poison apple. What's next? What are we going to do next? It's going to be the evil witch is actually the good guy or good girl, and Snow White is secretly the oppressor in some way. I would enjoy that if Zegler had to play the part of the oppressor. Anybody want to stab at that apple?
I not really. Look. I have to say that it would be definitely a twist that I think would be unique. But I look, they despite the fact that they're not cutting their losses, which we all agree here would have been the smart play after round 1 was not going well and all the press was. But I think that they would be better off just doing a shot-for-shot remake of the animated feature and including little people in it because, well, the little people are dwarves and the dwarves are beloved. And I mean, it's like trying to make, I don't know, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, with magical creatures instead of Oompa Loompas. So
Culture, I've got it figured out.
Yeah.
It's going to be a poison Adam's apple.
Oh boy!
No.
Well,
no.
Hey, then they really should have went and got the evil queen from Disney World. Come on now!
Come on now! Don't get us in trouble again. I'm just
again.
We haven't gotten out of trouble yet, Jonas.
Yeah. The thing I want to point out, the whole scene where she sells the apples to Snow White, she's talking about apples that make the menfolk's mouths water. It's very much something about how she's trying to be a. She's obviously has some kind of moral authority over the dwarves, but the dwarves at the same time are what was it, harmless but still staunch masculinity at the same time.
Proper masculinity, but also not in a way that can harm her, because that's what she's running away from that and from toxic femininity, which I know some say doesn't exist, but toxic femininity is what the queen represents. She is the old guard losing luster and having contempt for Snow White for being young and vibrant.
Right.
And beautiful.
So, exactly. and sweet beauty as well at the same time. So much that the hunter even can't even bear to fulfill the queen's directives, even though he probably could kill her. She probably could kill him for it. The thing that I want to point out is we were watching the Dark Universe preview the other day on That Park Place. Extra Magic Hours, always a fun live stream. It took us 2 hours to get through 6 minutes of
Jonas, explain
video.
what Dark Universe is. We've got a little bit of a different audience. Sometimes they don't know exactly what Dark Universe might be.
Well, perfect. That's Dark Universe is one of the lands over there at Universal's Epic Universe. If they can throw the word universe in there one more time, that would be great. They talked about this Dark Universe land that is themed after the Universal monsters, those being, most of them, a majority of them played by Boris Karloff. No, the Mummy, Wolfman, Frankenstein, Dracula, a lot of those, Invisible Man, Creature from Black Lagoon, all those old Universal black and white not all of them black and white. Anyways, they talk about these universal monsters and how, and they lean into the fact that they're black and white, in fact, to go for that sense of a classic nature, and how much they want to honor these very old films, and how much they are updating, but they're not updating in a way. They're bringing them to a new audience, as opposed to saying, we're going to modernize this, we're going to make it into this brand new thing. She's not going to be pining for the prince anymore, or whatever, as we're probably about to hear if you play this Rachel Zegler clip.
Oh, you better believe we're playing it. We're running with this one.
It honors the legacy of what was before, as opposed to taking a little bit of a dump on it and then saying, we're updating the thing that you like, but we're going to throw shade at the original at the same time. That's not a person with a functioning brain. Right there. That's not what a person with a functioning brain tells Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot. Sorry, you've got me saying it now.
It's so
to
much
go
fun
out there and say.
All right, so I just want to say before we play this, and that's very well said, Jonas. Before we play this, I just want to say why we're playing it, so the audience out there knows. This is the article that I dismantled this morning. This is the article out of CNN. This is them heeding the call of Amanda Stenberg. They make it about Inside Out too, but it's really about the Acolyte. If you dig down into this, they're really mad that you're not glad the Acolyte is here, that you're not watching Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant's content. And they're talking about how Inside Out 2, it's secretly woke. It's so woke, in fact, and this disproves the woke goes broke kind of thing, because this is doing so well. And I just want to remind everybody, breaking news from CNN. I can't wait. I just want to remind everybody that when we go back to Zegler and Gadot and Snow White, it's just a reminder of how wrong CNN is. Because as much as Inside Out 2 might make, Snow White has the potential to wipe out all of those profits with how badly this is going. We're on reshoot number 3. This is triple the cost of a normal movie. This thing might need, $700,000 just to take care of its production costs. This thing, when you add marketing to it, good Lord, we may be looking at another case where this thing needs $1 billion to break even. And that's insane. But let's go to someone who is totally sane, Rachel Zegler, and see how we arrived here, folks. Here we go.
Crying on that stage.
When am I not crying in public? It's
That's going to increase.
so upsetting.
Oh, you crying?
Oh my gosh. I saw we didn't even see.
Overwhelming.
We didn't even see,
It's
but I saw the
overwhelming.
logo and I went, that's my name. Snow White's up there. And I
She's never seen her name in a marquee before in her life.
cried my eyes.
Seeing yourself for the first time in full Snow White drag.
I love that. Just
She
Oh
loves Snow
my.
White drag.
I never heard her.
Said drag.
You guys haven't
Really?
heard this before? We're sharing this
Oh.
for the first time to so many.
I haven't watched this before, but that just pisses me off. Snow White drag instead
Well,
of Snow
Lorena-
White's dress.
Maybe we're learning something about Rachel that we didn't know before.
description. It's perfect. Oh my God. Well, when you get to wear Sandy Powell, first of all, insane. And then you get to be lit by Mandy Walker and Nadia Stacey designed your hair and makeup. It's like the most incredible thing in the world. And then all of a sudden you open your eyes and you watch the playback, which I never do. And I saw myself on screen and I just wanted to throw up. I was so happy about it. And
What a theater.
Well,
No, we
man.
got to watch it again.
this
We got to
chick-
watch this again. The emotions and the words and the facial expressions, not a single one of them are lined up. This is complete discontinuity in terms of display of what you're trying to say. Watch again, folks, how what she says matches not.
Can I say this real
Please,
quick?
please.
Gal Gadot has this bless your heart look on her face. I'm just going to throw that out there.
All right, here we go. Here's the bless your heart moment.
I
Watch.
saw myself on screen and I just wanted to throw up. I was so happy about it.
Her eyebrows drop like she's angry. What is wrong with this woman? So if you're wondering, folks, if you're wondering how we arrived in a spot where they're reshooting this for a third time and it'll wipe out, if they're not careful, all of the Inside Out 2 profits. That's how we got here. That's how we are here. Miss Zegler is there to carry for us. And ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end, but do not fret, not yet, for more content is on the way 3 times a day right here on the Pro Channel. And don't forget that we have sister channels out there also providing great content. at That Park Place, at That Game Place, and oh, don't forget about That Pod Place, also known as T3PO. Check out at That Pod Place for long format content like Genre Guys and so much more. Folks, we hope you had a great time. Consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is indeed the notification bell. And drop a comment down below. Let us know, are you going to be shocked if they have to delay this thing again? Woo, this is bad. This is real bad for Disney. All right, folks, until we meet again, thank you for your time today. It is greatly appreciated. We love spending time with you. Yes, you. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing. And you know the line. Keep having fun.